Hey, hey, hey. What's up?
Hey.
Girl Chat Sports, Mo and Mel here. It's our look, only a week before Christmas. Just a week. So if you haven't shopped or started or finished, then don't stress. You got like 5 or 6 more business days.
You do. And a week before Christmas being 70 degrees outside today. You granted I'm wearing a hoodie or whatever.
I
But
was outside in a t-shirt today, which
earlier
was
t-shirt weather.
amazing. I don't
Yeah.
know what's up with this weather, but I mean, I'm all for the 60. It was just, you get used to just wearing hoodies every day, and then all of a sudden I'm like super hot. So
Bam, t-shirt. Yeah. Don't put that summer
yeah.
stuff away too soon.
Bam, there it is.
Right.
So there won't be a show next week because it is going to be Christmas on Wednesday. So we want to wish everybody a happy holidays, Merry Christmas. We will see you on the 1st. But before we get into everything else sports related, because we have a lot to go over, there's a lot of stuff in the sports world happening. But we want to talk to one of our fave guests from last year. It's been almost a year since we had her on. We have her on again. Please welcome to the show, Miss Fran Flory from the Vegas Thrill.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, Fran.
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 So it's been almost a year. We enjoyed watching the ladies live. We got a chance to see you at one of the matches, but there's been some changes. So there have, and it seems like things are going great. So kind of give us an update on your position and maybe some of the other new changes that we can expect to see this season.
Yeah, I mean, things are just rocking and rolling. The team's in training, and some changes in the front office. I'm going to become the general manager, and we've hired a new coaching staff. I'm so excited about this coaching staff. I mean, professional coaching staff. These guys, Ramon Hernandez Cruz and Raul Papaleo, they were actually partners in beach volleyball in the Olympics for Puerto Rico.
Wow.
They
Awesome.
are incredible. They've coached professionally for many years, won tons of championships, and just the way they run things. I think there's things for every coach has a little different approach, right? And moving from the collegiate game into professional game last year was a challenge for our players, but it was also honestly a challenge for me. To understand how to make that transition and to have these guys join us. Oh my gosh, it's so amazing. I couldn't be more excited about the year.
So after the season ended, did you know that the change was happening where you're going to transition into this new role, or it all came as a surprise, or there were talks, or how did it come about that we were going to have this great news for you and then the future of the team with these two coaches?
Yeah, well, Ruben Herrera and I kind of partnered through this whole thing the entire year, and the scope of work was just incredible. I mean, we put this thing together and tribute our small but mighty organization. I mean, we have about 10 people that put together a professional franchise in 90 days. Everybody's like, how did y'all do this? And I don't know the answer. I don't know how they did it, and we did it. But I didn't really have a chance to coach much. We were doing back office stuff, trying to take care of things, ordering uniforms, ordering shoes, all the craziness that goes along with this behind the scenes. I call it the chaos behind the curtain, right? And so the chaos behind the curtain was just incredible, the amount of work that had to be done. And so I talked to Ruben a little bit and said, hey, I think we need a different position. He was like, I'm on that same page. And he's like, we need another layer between him as the president that's trying to push the league forward and gain more exposure and more opportunity in the Vegas community for us. And then somebody to kind of be the liaison between him and the coaching staff and the players. And for me, it was just a perfect fit. I'm thankful for him that he had that same vision. And I'm just so appreciative and excited to be back in this role.
Very nice.
And Ruben, that's the owner of the Thrill, correct?
He's the president of the Thrill. He's the president. And he's the one that's put all this together. It's all people that are related to him in some way, shape, or form through the business world. He's been part of a lot of things in Vegas. I mean, you walk around with Ruben, people know who he is in Vegas. So he's a tremendous volleyball advocate in the area and across the country. So no better person to be leading this in the Vegas area. And the credibility across the nation with Ruben being at the helm is pretty amazing. So great leadership for sure.
Wow.
Awesome.
Yeah, because I mean, we know you had a lot of accolades when we talked to you last year, and you still hold them, of course. But these guys too, I mean, Olympians, they've been coaching for their country in the Puerto Rico, the beach volleyball aspect. I mean, indoor, outdoor volleyball. So I think that's amazing. How do you feel like the team has adjusted? I know there's been also some changes in the roster as well. So how fluid is that roster? I know. And I wanted you also to explain a little bit to me because I know I saw some posts in regards to your guys' draft, the draft you guys had, and some of those girls are still in college. So I didn't know if this is similar to like a baseball kind of draft when like they're still playing collegiately and they have like, I don't know if it's a year. I don't know how that works. Maybe you could break it down for us how that works with the volleyball drafts.
So I'll start with the draft portion. The draft portion, we actually held the draft before the end of the collegiate season, which, a lot of these players are still playing and played in the NCAA tournament. The national championship semifinals are tomorrow and the finals are Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
We have 2 players that have committed that we drafted, Cameron Hanna off of the Penn State team and Charity Looper off of the University of Louisville. And the potential is there that they could actually meet against each other in the national championship match on Sunday.
There we go.
Yeah, those 2. And both of them are incredible players. Both of them All-Americans this year, just named this today, actually. I think it was released. And leaders on their team, of course. And so we drafted 5 people, actually invited 2 others into the gym. Sid Cole, a player from University of Northern Colorado, and a local, Jordan Freeman from University of
UNLV.
UNLV,
yeah.
Yes, and so she's training with us as well. And she started a little slow, had an injury coming out of their season, so is trying to recover from that and get up to speed, but doing a great job. And then we'll add, 4 others this week, or actually the week after Christmas. And so the draft, the players that are still playing in the national championship can't actually sign their contracts because that would turn them professional immediately. So we've got a few in the gym right now. Lauren Jordan from Utah and Morgan Stout from Wichita State is in, and they've just come in and impacted us right away. It's been really, really fun to see that they can get in the gym, they can help us. The biggest change and the most fun thing that I've, as a coach, witnessed is the change in the level of the gym and the commitment and the camaraderie and the teamness of the gym. Last year, we were all curious. I think everybody, even from you guys, coming out like, what is this about, right?
Yeah, it's all new.
Now everybody's right. It's all new. So I'm curious, what is this? And now people are being interested. Like now I'm really, and they're about to be invested. So those are the phases that we'll go through, right? You get curious, you get interested, and then you start really investing. And our players have really invested thus far in the team and each other, and certainly in the coaching staff. We do return a group. Berkeley Oblad, right there from Henderson, is back as a middle. Alicia Glass-Childress, our Olympian, is back. Lane Van Buskirk is back. Hannah Maddox, one of the favorites of the community.
The Air Jordan. She has the Air Jordan serve. I'm always amazed when I see her serve. I'm just like, how? It's so wonderful. But yes.
And then we've added some players from other professional teams in the league, and so it's a cross section of the whole league, and it's gonna be really fun.
I'm excited for it. You got
did the league expand this year? I know that there was an expansion coming. I didn't quite gather if it already happened or if it's coming.
We added one more team in Indianapolis, which is a hotbed of volleyball in the Midwest, and so they're excited to start. They'll go through the trials and tribulations that we went through last year, but with a little bit of a learning curve. All of us are certainly willing to help them. Not in terms of wins and losses, but how do you construct it and how do you put it together. So there are 8 teams. So we've increased to 14 home matches, 14 away matches. It's getting here. It's getting on us quick.
It's great. And one other thing that I did notice that you also are increasing the viewership and the coverage by now you guys are on the FS1 and FS2 in the Professional Volleyball Federation, which that's, all the more eyes, right? Like we already know, I think I have a picture here too from one of the college games, is that the 2024 NCAA regular season was the most watched ever. It averaged 140,000 viewers, up from 21% last year. Like the amount of volleyball craze that's happening around. It's not just women's sports. I mean, women's sports has significantly grown. We know the WNBA and the Angel Reese and the Caitlin Clark, and we got all and our aces, of course. But then you've got like just women in sports. You've got the new network that's coming out for just women's sports. Like it's all around. And so what kind of impact has that been for you guys there just in the front office?
Well, it's incredible. Our phones are ringing all the time. People want to be involved. Our sponsorship has increased 3, 4, sometimes even 7-fold with companies coming in to help us. Of course, those doors are always open. As I said before, people are now wanting to invest in volleyball. And as this grows, this sport is special. Those of us, I've done it for 40 plus years. And for us to see that, it makes you so proud that you were part from the beginning, right? And I'm not even the way beginning, but I was part of the beginning group. And so just understanding what has gone into this, and now the people are actually knocking. We were banging on everybody's door just with a hope and a prayer, right? Please pay attention to us. This is a pretty cool thing going on. And now they're banging on ours. So it's nice. Just incredible to be part of that. And, we welcome, I think once anybody, you guys experienced it, you can speak to this certainly. Once you come, you're like, whoa, I had no idea.
No idea. This is not your little high school match you used to play out with your friends. Like, this is not it. This is legit. And not only do you guys have a beautiful home at Lee's Family Forum, of course, I think the name change happened over this past off season for you guys too. So me and Mo like to nickname, we call it the LFF. So we just phrase everything at the LFF, but it's a beautiful place for you guys to be at. I mean, it's already got, 2, 3 other franchises over there in sports. It's beautiful, but this is what I'm interested in, Fran. I need to know more because there's going to be a mascot.
Yeah,
Fran,
about that.
We know how much Vegas loves a good mascot. And, they're actually asking fans to submit mascot names. But I mean, I'm curious, like what's a thrill gonna be? What do we need? Can you give us any hints? Like, is there anything that I mean,
well, it is top secret. It is absolutely top secret, but the look of it is incredible.
Okay.
We're excited about it. It will come to fruition. It'll be a great plan. And hey, we got to name this thing too. We want the Vegas community to share in that experience, right?
Yeah. Right. I'm curious, is it going to be on the animal side or is this an inanimate object? I mean, can you tell us which way to go?
Is it like a roller coaster? Is it like Raleigh the Rolly or something?
Like,
hey, we are on a roller coaster. We're we're jumping on a thrill ride, right?
That might be. Yeah.
I can't.
Will we be able? Do we know when it may debut? Like, is this for the beginning of the season? Is it like later into the season?
We're shooting for the first week of the season in a pretty big reveal. That'll be pretty fun. So I would tell everybody, stay tuned, pay attention to social media, pay attention to what happens in our first match on January 10th and 12th. I don't know if it'll be those. What's that?
I was going to ask if that was going to be the day that you reveal in the opener, like as we do intros, as you guys do intros.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to be the 10th or the 12th. We'll let that out here as we go. But the 10th is a pretty big opening night against Grand Rapids. So we'll see where we go. We have a great home schedule. Matches are Fridays and Sundays predominantly this year. So great family times. Yeah.
That's really good for Fridays and Sundays.
Fridays or Sundays, that's perfect. Good. Not to mention, you guys have a swell of great merch. Like the colors, the merch
the colors are beautiful.
Area, I mean, you guys are locked in. Like there's I got to get some swag because I didn't.
I got to go get my hat. And I forgot to get, but that's my thing is I got to have a hat. And
I got to get a hat. Sure. I got to get a shirt.
Those colors just remind me of the beach. Like it's very like, it's teal, it's sand color. It's like
And I know you got some sneakers to go with it. So either way, you've got a universal closet over there for her with shoes and sneakers that whatever you have in the swag merch for the season, it's going to go and it's going to fly. So I'm excited
There's
about
no
that.
question. We got to hook y'all up. I'll hook y'all up with some swag. I'll get some over there to y'all because, hey, we got to have y'all. Y'all got to be repping us as much.
We can represent Girl Chat Sports all day, but we'd love to represent you. And we appreciate you always coming on and tapping in and giving us updates.
One more thing too before I let you go, a couple things actually, Fran. So I also noticed this on January 4th, you guys have an open house. It says no tickets required. It's a free event. There's giveaways. You can watch practice. You can meet players. You can pick your seats. You can view your seats. Like for those that are, I'm guessing, are for the season ticket holder. Is there any, like, this sounds like a pretty nice, like right before, because the season starts the 10th, open house is on the 4th. It sounds like that's going to be a great thing to be able to kick back with fans, let them introduce to the new team, coaches, and just get like a eyes on eyes situation right there.
Yeah, it is. And, last year we had about 1,500 people there at our open house. We did it last year. Yeah. And so we're hoping to eclipse that again. Yes, the season ticket members that have already signed up, which we have a great number of returners, we'll get to make sure that their seats are what they wanted and what they expect. And then, we'll have all the seats tagged with this is available, this is reserved, whatever, already taken. Sorry. But, we're excited to welcome the new coaching staff and their new team into that building. As you said, Lee's Family Forum is incredible. I mean, it's the best venue in the league, in my opinion. And so we'll have autographs. The players are going to stay on the court. They're actually going to scrimmage for the last hour of it with an official and just get some reps and true competition on that court. Inter squad. We're not bringing anybody else in, but
Right. I love that.
That'll be great. And I did want to mention too, because I saw some of your guys' commercials. I think it was for, was it Finley Toyota? I think it was. But I also, because I'm a Clark County Credit Union member, and I realized this, I think it was over the summer when I first saw it, but now I'm like actively trying to get my debit card switched over because there's only like 5 different images on your debit card that you can have at Clark County Credit Union. And the Vegas Thrill is one of them. Not Aces, not VGK, not Raiders, not anything else. The Vegas Thrill have their own logo for a debit card.
I love it.
That is ridiculous. That is so cool.
It is. I like that.
Yeah, we are the only team in the league with this, and we're super excited about it. Those people with those cards are going to get some perks in the building. They're going to get to go to the front of the autograph line after matches. They'll have a QR code that they can go right through, and you can actually apply or log on to try to get your credit card there to get through the line early. And, they're great partners. And, Finley was our partner last year, but it expanded even. We're Southern Nevada Toyota dealers this year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So as I said, people became curious, interested, and now even Toyota's investing in us. And we have a lot of great sponsors. It's so exciting to be part of. And Vegas is special. You guys know that better than anybody.
Of course. Vegas is special. Women in sports are special. Yes. Women in Vegas sports are special.
It is. I can't wait, like I said, till your season begins. I really can't.
Yes. We got one more question for you, Fran. You mentioned it. The semifinals are tomorrow. You being, vested into collegiate. I don't want to. I know we've got a couple ladies that are, been drafted on some sides, but in your humble opinion,
who you got?
Who do you see in the championship, and who's taking it away?
Well, I tell you, I would love to see Penn State playing Louisville in the final. And, I coached at Kentucky a long time. It's hard for me to love Louisville because there's such a rivalry. But for them to win it on their home court would be, what a story that would be for those kids and that coaching staff. And we're talking about women's sports, right? And so that matchup would put 2 women in the finals, which would guarantee the first female to win a collegiate national championship as a head coach ever.
The first one?
Wow.
Ever.
I didn't know.
Ever. Wow.
Oh, okay. Well, see, that's what we have to have happen then. That's all we need.
The bias is now flipped to that. So definitely. Okay. I get it.
Oh man. All right, you guys. So just to recap, we've got an open house for the Thrill at the LFF on January 4th. So make it out there. You've got the first home game happening on Friday, January 10th. I think it's 7 o'clock, right? Or 7:30? 7 o'clock?
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. Be there, be square. I'm gonna make it out there. We'll see if
we got a possible mascot reveal. I'm trying to hype up this mascot reveal so we can get our.
Listen, me and Mo are gonna make a whole separate video just on trying to figure out what it could be, whether it be an animal, a person, a thing.
Right.
Is it a roller coaster? Is it a slide? I mean, I don't know. But we're gonna have to figure it out.
Yeah. And then if you're a member of the Clark County Credit Union, get that card, get that Thrill card.
Listen, all my county employee people, this is what we're doing. We're getting the Thrill card because that's all I need. I want VIP access in the LFF for the games.
You're gonna get it. You're gonna get it. We thank y'all so much for all of that. We love that.
No. Thank you, Fran. We appreciate you. We look forward to the awesome season. 14 home games. Make sure you guys get out there and check out the Thrill. We will catch up with you soon again, Fran, and good luck.
Yeah, we want to tap in back with you mid-season. Let's see how it's going and your role and everything and any new announcements.
Maybe we can get the mascot on, depending on if
yes. And a couple of the players. We would love to have some of the players on with
you. We would love to do it all. And hey, what y'all are doing is amazing, and we're just thrilled to be a little piece of it. So thank y'all for what y'all do.
Thank you, friend. Have a great night. We'll see you soon.
All right. Take care.
Bye, Fran.
I love
Fran Flory.
The Thrill listener coming up. The whole Southern Nevada Toyota. Come on. You can't even.
That's pretty major. I mean, I think that's pretty major. I think it's pretty major that now it's 8 teams. I think it's great.
What's up, Miss Bollandy? Dope card. Listen,
yes.
To the fact that they're the only team that has a card like that out in their league.
That's
like,
come on,
that's legit.
Come on, that's epic. That's epic.
So now I got to go bet on the volleyball games just because.
I'm not going to bet with my heart on them. I want to see these ladies in action. But the matchup for sure, I would bet on that. Yeah, you definitely.
But it's about to be sold out. These volleyball games have been insane with attendance, the viewership. Like, they're diehard volleyball fans.
Sports 1 and 2 to even highlight the women on the because FS1 and FS2 is huge. That's major.
We're not just talking like we're not talking streaming. We're talking like legit.
No, that's the network. Like FS1. Like I'm watching FS1. I watch them. I mean, that's the home of a lot of different types of different sports, and to have that is great.
Yeah, it's wild. Yeah, it's a good look. We got a couple hot topics. One we're gonna start with, of course, because he is a dog. Michael Penix has now been named QB1. Mo, we were just there on Monday. I'm stalking Michael Penix. Like, I know he's going to get in because if nothing else, it's not going to be a great game, which ended up being a better game than I assumed just because Kirk Cousins played like doo-doo. Let's just say that. He's been
playing like doo-doo, but it was a good time. And
it was a great time.
We wish they had inserted him in this time. But I like the announcement. I like the phone call that he got at Costco. He's literally buying a hot dog at Costco and got a call.
That $1.50 hot dog, man. Dude. Nobody can say no to it. So
or that pizza. Dope. And he was like, I got the call. I'm at Costco, like minding my business. And now I'm
picking up some rotisserie chicken and 5 sticks of deodorant and whatnot. I can't be mad at it.
It's the call that he's QB1. Like,
so Kirk Cousins, the $180 million man, gets to the bench. Do you foresee this being a change? Do you think that depending on how Michael Penix plays or what, I mean, because they can still push for the playoffs if they want.
I mean, are they wild card contenders at all, or they have to push for
I think they're wild card contend. I think they're not eliminated. They're not eliminated. I know that.
Yeah, they have to push for even the wild card. So that's a couple games that they would have to win, depending on their upcoming schedule and who they got. There's a possibility, but at least let's get this man his arm warm. Let people see what he's got. Yeah, exactly. For sure. So I'm not guaranteeing anything going past this, but you just don't know what this guy's got, and we'd like to see it. We've been waiting all season to see it. We thought when you drafted him, we were going to see it sooner than later. And it takes a bomb to go off.
It would have been nice if you could have went to like the Raiders, the Seahawks, like anybody.
Yeah, I mean, anything to get highlighted. You know what I mean? We would have
anything. Like what are we doing? Oh man.
Well, 'tis the season. Let's see it.
It is. Hey, we also saw the Heisman Trophy winner get announced last weekend. Travis Hunter, of course, the two-way player out of Colorado. There was a lot of social media talk regarding situations between him, his girlfriend, blah, blah, blah. Here's something that I'd rather highlight about him. This man gets zero money from the Colorado NILs fund per Deion's son. And he's also using his NIL money and paying for 10 to 15 teammates' NIL deals out of his own pocket. That money he's making on his NIL deals and his endorsements, he is paying for 10 to 15 players' deals on his team.
Well, they don't have deals, and he knows he's going to go into the pros. He knows he's slated to make big
money.
Well,
he's the second highest NIL.
I mean, he was the number one draft. Like, this guy was a hot commodity when he went into the transfer portal. They didn't know where he was going to go. He left Florida to come to Colorado. Like, that was huge and major within itself. Did they not expect? I mean, everything we saw has been Travis Hunter.
I think Florida to JSU, and then he went to JSU.
ASU, then Florida, and now. Like, they should have been, like, the talk before his Heisman winning was about Travis. We knew there was a possibility this man was going to win this trophy.
He's big time.
And I was not surprised when he won. No, not at all.
No. At all.
Not at all.
I mean,
top wide receivers, you need that.
The Boise running back really was very impressive. He was a strong cheerleader.
Yeah.
When it came to those numbers, he was pretty close. But
he was.
It was good.
I mean, it was close, but there was just Travis Hunter has been in the conversation, and a lot of that has to do with
the buzz last year.
The buzz. I mean, I don't care his relationship with his girl. He's gonna be with that girl, ladies.
It ain't our problem. It ain't. It's none of our business.
I don't even care. It's the fact that he shouted out his father. His father was very emotional.
He shouted out his brother, the whole family.
Dad couldn't be there. Talk about that. It was just all of that. That Travis Hunter and who he is. He sounds like a stand-up kid, and it sounds like Deion is doing one hell of a job of mentoring and coaching these guys and making them into
young
prime candidates for the NFL and holding them to a standard. And I love it, and I love to see it, and I'm happy for him.
Very happy for him. Like, he deserves it. That was great. Another big announcement that came, of course, we saw from Randy Moss. He announced that he had been battling with cancer. He was diagnosed with cancer that was in the bile duct, which is between the pancreas and liver, which is dangerous to the pancreas. But he spent 6 days in the hospital, underwent surgery. He said that he's a cancer survivor. They honored him at Monday Night Football in Minnesota. Justin Jefferson, of course, wore his jersey, shouted him out when he scored a touchdown in the game. So we just, get your health checks.
I mean, I think that it's great. I love that he's spreading the message for men to get checked out. Sooner than later, people get checked out.
I mean, men and women, because I feel like there's so much that goes on. I've seen so many people, even personally in my own family and others, that have been having these health issues. And it's just like, you've seen these people that have been dying at early ages, and you're just it's tough. So take care of yourself. Get checked out. Have regular.
I'm not a fan of the player, Randy Moss. You know how I feel about it with the Ravens situation when he left. But I am not opposed to the man of who he is. You know the thing of it is, and you always want to wish people well. You don't want anybody to ever go that. I don't wish none of that on him at all.
No, we don't want that.
But I love the tributes, and I love that he was transparent about his illness and stepping back and having to take care of himself, because your health is priority one, for sure.
He had to. He really had to.
Yeah.
We have a couple. So we have a Hugadora update. The 49ers, Devondre Campbell, who said he didn't want to go back into the game versus their loss to the Rams.
Yeah.
He's banned for 3 games. So now you don't got to go back in. How about that?
What was going on mentally with this guy? I think, some people just see the surface and they quick on the attack of he's being arrogant, he's being this. You don't know what these players are going through. You don't know what he's got going on. And maybe this 3-day is a favor to him to get his mind right. We don't know what set him off in that game, what triggered him. We don't know any of that. We only know what the talking heads are saying and what post-game teammates are saying.
Basically, he's not going to be back unless they make a playoff. We'll just say that. Yeah, but I will say this is that the Niners have another player too who just lost his child a few months ago. He's out there playing.
Right.
So I get everybody has their own battles, but it's like, this is your job. This guy who went through a hardship, I mean, his own personal stuff when it's out there playing. So
and when people have losses, they dig into work to take their mind off the losses, right? So that's that. I can see that. But for him, maybe it's something that dwells on his conscience even harder. We just don't know. My thing is, I'm not going to speculate why this man wigged out, why he decided to crash out and say, I'm not coming in. I'm not about to get
now
into
he's got some time to reevaluate,
he really does.
seek help, get
the
therapy.
49ers are not going anywhere no time soon. It's very frustrating to be on a team like that with all these injuries, with all these different occurrences, with these play calling, this action in the games are close to. I mean, you just don't know. I mean, it gets frustrating. Introducing to Michael Peters, insert him into the conversation, who was waiting for the Raiders, but he was one of those guys that would wig out too and get frustrated and all that kind of stuff and get fined and do all this. So the antics are there. I just don't know what's going on with this guy in particular.
I don't know,
and I'm not about to assume that he's just a jerk of a player. And
no, I mean,
wrong with it. Because that's the picture they painted, like, oh, he shouldn't even, So I just don't know.
I don't know.
To be fair,
but to be fair, he also could have come out and said something if there was something happening.
Yes, he could have, but maybe he didn't want to. I don't know.
Just so he didn't get that backlash and people would understand.
Debo gets trolled immensely all the time, and he can handle himself. But I just don't know what this guy.
Debo, I think just gets it. He likes
Debo gets trolled very majorly and very nobody's business of who he is or what he is off field. It's nobody's business, but he gets trolled immensely. But the man can ball, and he shows up every day and he plays.
Well, he hasn't been showing up. He hasn't been showing up fantasy wise the last few weeks.
He needs to though. I didn't pick him. I don't have him fake cards.
Speaking
of some fantasy, fantasy. That's how I'm like.
I had a bye week in one league, but I had to play, so I'm not going to be the very bottom of the Girl Chat Sports League. I did win this week, so I will not be 12th place.
Good.
For all those that had Jonathan Taylor, he dropped the ball before the crossing the goal line. I just don't see how this is still happening. I don't see how. I don't see how you don't realize you're not running 100 miles an hour. Like, you don't just.
That's why some nasty work from him too. Considering it's some nasty work from him. But it's the same thing with Justin Tucker. I mean, all these guys are crashing out. I don't know what's going on, but something's going on, and I'm just not about to just sit here and think like.
I can't. I don't know
what's going on.
Well,
maybe they need the angel caps. Everybody needs to wear angel caps or something. I just feel like maybe something needs to be protected upstairs because y'all just minds ain't into it. I don't know what's going on.
I know one lady whose mind is all into it. Can we talk about Miss Asia Wilson?
Oh yes.
This is big girl power right here. Big girl power. Asia signing a 6-year Nike extension. They didn't give numbers yet, but it's basically one of the richest shoe deals in women's basketball history.
I still would like to see those numbers.
We got to see the numbers. We already know that Caitlin had like 20 mil, 8 years.
Yes.
I think Juju has a deal. You've got Ionescu that has a deal. So just the fact that she's out here posing in front of a plane with her logo on it and colors, and I mean, come on. Really?
And the seats on the PJ?
She had there's towels or shirts. She had mugs, ridiculous.
I'm loving it. I just need to see those numbers. I want to make sure.
They said that part of the deal, she's also releasing her signature clothing line that'll include a pair of leggings with a pre-snipped single leg silhouette. So now we're gonna see all little girls out there with their one leg, with their one leg leggings, which I love, which is gonna be great. So. Come on, Asia. Gosh. What's up, Sportsnista? Cassandra, the Asia Wilson. Amen to that. The Asia. So she's been plentiful busy. I know Kelsey's been posting stuff with her doing commercials and all this background work. She's major endorsements all over the place. She's busy. I know some of the locals that are staying here. They're busy. I know the ladies were at the NBA semifinals cup as well as the championship cup. They're living life right now.
I still see Kia Stokes in these frames, and I'm not happy with that.
They're friends. Why can't they hang with their friends, right?
I've seen a team pick and I'm seeing her in it. I don't know. I don't like that.
I mean,
I don't like that. I don't like that. I'm sorry. I'm saying I don't like it.
I get it. Aces
Don't
also had a
like it.
couple dope events for the season ticket holders. They had like a toy drive / Christmas thing. They also did something, I think, at the not the roller rink, the ice skate at Cosmopolitan. Fans got to get some of their merch signed and whatnot. So Aces out there making rounds, doing big things, just like our VGK. They had a whole event for their season ticket holders at Enchanted earlier this week. So you got to meet up with the players, get to see them. It's the holidays, so everybody's out there enjoying the holiday spirit there to chant.
Was Hannah fine there?
No, he wasn't. I didn't see any pictures.
Well,
But congrats to Eichel, though. 200 points
yes,
as a
that's my
Golden
guy.
Knight. I
That's
love
some-
that. I love that. Yeah,
Yeah.
if Hannah Fine was there, I would have to make a call to a friend that's a season ticket holder. Like, listen. Oh, while we're on VGK, I just gotta shout out
What'd you
my
get?
coworker. Do
She
you
got it for
see?
you,
She got
Maverick.
me. And just
Oh,
comparison, when I tell you the size,
for the dog mom.
she also got me the night. But do you
Oh, I
see the
love
size
it.
difference?
I love
Mavi
it.
is huge.
Yeah, he is. I love it.
So,
For the
shout out to
dog
my
mom.
coworker for
That's
this.
perfect.
I so appreciate this.
Yeah, shout out to
Can't
her.
wait I gotta go through. I got too much bobbleheading going on back here, so I gotta redo everything one day and get that figured
Yeah.
out. But yeah, so
Me too.
super excited for Mavi, and he's grown up. There was it included like a postcard. He is like grown boy golden retriever now.
Well, that's
He
why his
is.
box is big, because he's a good big boy for
He's a
sure.
big boy. I know.
Mhm.
We also got our Vegas Desert Dogs. So there's not only just Decker, they actually have like an actual dog too that I didn't realize. And I forgot his name, but he's out of the games. They got a whole whiteout this weekend on Friday. This Friday at 7:30. They actually have this 4-pack of like whiteout tickets with
Love it.
sideline seats,
And
holiday t-shirts, all the good stuff.
yeah.
So there's always
Did we find
that.
out if he's a coyote or not for Decker?
We didn't
Are they
get
on
that
X? I'm gonna have to write
information.
them and ask them.
We'll talk with somebody there. We'll get the
I'm
other
gonna have to write
information.
him and ask him. Send out a little tweet.
I'm guessing it's a coyote because Vegas, the
Assuming
mountains.
it's a coyote desert dog. I just need to know.
I just need to know. Decker, the desert dog. And then of course we gotta shout out your friend Robert,
Yes,
who
shout out to Robert.
we had
He got
such a
to
dope
upgrade.
time at the Raiders game.
We did. Thanks for the
And
upgrade,
I followed
Robert.
the rules and stayed in black, just to
The pink
get
shirt
in there.
popped for him. He made it.
Yeah, the pink shirt was rocking.
Yeah.
We had a great time.
We
So the
did.
that was dope to
Yeah.
get to the Raiders game. I appreciate you. I
I
appreciate Robert for
know.
that.
Shout out to my dad for initially getting us in the
Yes,
door. Shout out to
thank
Robert
you,
for the
Mr. Three.
upgrade of
The
going down
upgrade.
a couple notches to a
Everybody
lower
loves
level.
an upgrade,
We do love an upgrade. We appreciate that. Shout out to Joel from LoJack who provided the tickets and unfortunately couldn't be there. Hope you're feeling better, my brother. But Joel is a big sports guy.
Anytime you're under the weather, Joe, just let us know.
Yeah, Joel, when you come back, I gotta get you something. I gotta give him something because that was nice of him to even provide the tickets. But
so funny. So funny.
Yeah.
Listen, we went to the game. We saw the sign, tank for Shador. I think everybody was waiting for a loss. We know. But even though that we're kind of needing the tank now, there still hasn't been a win since September, which is
it's unfortunate. It really is.
Unfortunate.
And I think with a lot of the problems the Raiders have, and I think a lot of the problems that Antonio Pierce has been thrown. Remember, we lost an OC in the middle of the season. We go down
Max
with
Crosby was gone last week or this last week.
Nate Hobbs hasn't played. We haven't had a lot of key players balling out for us like we would hope. But potential rookie of the year, Brock Bowers, has been that dude. And I have to give him his flowers because he is a stud.
The only one doing stuff out there, really.
In his rookie
and Ritter
season,
isn't bad. Ritter isn't bad. Like, he was playing.
Ritter wasn't bad to me, but I mean, listen, he threw a pick.
Yeah.
Okay. Rookie issue, get first game out. What are we going to do? Kirk Cousins threw a couple, didn't he?
Hello, and got
he's
sacked.
a veteran
and
at
$108
million. So, I mean, this is football. So, but we had a great time.
Oh, yeah,
it was
great
good to
time.
See Marisha. It was good to see
Brand.
Yes.
Yes.
It just felt good to see people out. And I hadn't been out to a game this whole season. So this is my first time stepping into the Owl. for the football season, and I'm happy I came to this game. It would have been nice to see Penix play, but shout out to all of that making it happen. Shout out to the fourth quarter where we're in the end zone. Shout out to my brother, man. His seats are great. Brandon texted me and said, "Hey, they're empty behind me. Just come sit down over here." See last touchdown plays and all kinds of stuff over there. Great action. We went from 300 to 100 to another 100. Like, doop, 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 doop. Just taking the storm down. We loved it.
It was good. It was good times. But the NFL, you guys, now we're in that time of year where we're going to start seeing Saturday games.
Yep.
It's coming up. So we've got tomorrow's game. So coming up Thursday, we have who plays the Broncos and Chargers. But then Saturday, we got the Texans, the Chiefs. We got the Steelers at the Ravens. And then, of course, a long list for Sunday. And then just one game on Monday, which is the Saints at the Packers. So it's going to be, it's that time of year. We got a bunch of Christmas games, a bunch of NBA Christmas games. Like
we got a Christmas halftime show beyond measure because we got the Queen Bey performing.
Absolutely.
Let's see what that looks like for the halftime show on Netflix. Netflix,
wild.
Man, wow. They really make us play a
Netflix is making some money.
Out here. Jake Paul, Tyson, now we got Bay and the Christmas game on a Netflix.
They're international getting on some sports.
Listen, this is crazy. Wild. Boy, they doing some nasty work to these other networks, I tell you. But I'm looking forward to all this action. These are going to be some great matchup games. I'm really looking forward to that Steelers and Baltimore game. That's the rematch. I want to see that.
Yeah.
Chiefs. We'll see what it is. Pat Mahomes, is he day to day? Is he gonna, he's gonna play? Is he faking?
He said he's seeming like he'll push through, but I didn't have it. But there's a whole Gridiron Heights about the Chiefs in court, and
yes, I saw that. Did you have it?
I didn't have it. It's in the group, so
I'm gonna share it on our group page too.
It's so good. It's so good.
It is. It's really good. I was gonna share it and I didn't. It's a good one, but
it is. It's really good. So.
Hey,
we got it. The Lions have been going through it. So, they had the loss to Buffalo, but then Montgomery is out now for the season. They lost the defensive end. They got Aim McLean suffered a torn ACL out for this season. They have a cornerback that fractured his jaw and is out 6 weeks. Like, I think Dan Campbell was on a radio show, an interview, and he was just like, some days you got to, you get used to eating this filet or this great steak, and then you got to go back to eating I can't remember the exact quote, but he.
If they do what they do,
if they can work some magic, if they can work this magic, then please.
They can. If it's their time, it's going to be their time. We'll see.
It will be. What's up, Natalie? Thanks for tapping in. What's up, Donnell? Shout out to Let's Ball Bounce. Appreciate you tapping in. Yeah, there's a lot going on. I mean, well, then you've got this too, which from Aiden Hutchinson said he's going to return for the Super Bowl. So, mind you, he was supposed to be at the whole season. He's trying to pull like a little Aaron Rodgers thing right now and trying to, get back. But hey, I'm sure the Lions could use his help if they do make it that far. We'll see if the injuries, they can overcome those injuries.
And speaking of Rodgers, I think he just dropped his Netflix show, that Enigma.
I just watched the first episode, I tried to attempt the first episode. It was actually,
I hate the title.
Right.
I hate the title.
Yeah,
he's not an Enigma.
He's
the man. We know who he is.
He thinks coming back in those 8 months or 8 weeks or whatever was.
But Enigma is mystery, kind of. We don't know. We know you, Aaron Rodgers. We know who you are. You have said it too many times. Like, at least the women, we can read through you, sir. We know who you are. Like, there's no mystery to who you are as Aaron Rodgers. We know who you are. What you gonna do in this Jets ending situation? You said you're gonna mentor another quarterback. You're down if you're signing.
If he were to come back, he understands that they will take another quarterback off the draft, most likely. And I mean, great. That's what you're supposed to do as an older as a vet, is to mentor those youngins. But whatever.
Yeah, do that.
Big ups to former Washington Husky, Budda Baker, who just signed one of the largest contracts for a safety out there. This guy. I'm just so mad he plays in the NFC West.
Yeah, it hurts.
3 years, $54 million. $30 million guaranteed. Listen, besides the Niners are gone pretty much, but you've got a real close. The NFC West is up for grabs. Seahawks, even though if Geno doesn't play, we're done. The Rams, who we're tied with, but they have the lead because they beat us, and then you've got the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Any one of those three could take it.
Well, that's why I said early on. I said your NFC West is a dangerous type of situation because you guys are all just by inches,
and not great. It's not a great situation. None of these teams are superior or like ridiculous.
Are so close. It's like anybody could be the player of the week for that division.
Wild. So
it's crazy.
Keeping my prayers up for Geno because after watching Sam Howell come out and how we don't have a real backup is even another question. But beyond that, Packers took it to us. The Packers fans were loud. It was like ringing in my ear to see that many Packers fans there. It was just sickening. Now I know how Raiders fans feel. Like it literally was sickening to hear all that noise from them from the TV.
I gotta give it up for Green Bay. They played. That Jordan Love is nice. I mean, I'm just sorry.
I ain't mad at it.
I can't be mad at it. Green Bay showed up.
No.
They showed up. I'm like, Jesus.
Someone who's not showing up, Jason Kelce says the Bears need to prove that they belong in the NFL. So here's the deal.
Wow.
The last 8 games with Justin Fields, the Bears had a 5-3 record, scored 24 points a game. The last 8 games with Caleb Williams leading the front, they're 0-8 with 14.75 points.
But do they understand the margin of how close they are to winning games? I don't know that doesn't count, but it's just like
it never counts, unfortunately. I mean, they're almost but
there.
They took the between missed kicks or whatever else.
But this last Monday night game, 31-3 is just nasty. So that was no excuse, and I can understand where Jason Kelce comes from that game alone. But to say they don't belong, that's just rude. Because I could easily say that about the Raiders being 2-14. Like that's rude. Like it's very rude. Like,
well, I think you only banked on having the one. But here's the deal: Caleb Williams has great targets. He's got great receivers. He was a number 1 draft pick.
Yes.
There should be more than being.
They just got rid of their coach too. So what's it? It's a whole lot of pieces and parts.
Yeah, a whole lot of pieces. But they're also in a conference that's really not favoring. They're not going to give no leeway up there in the NFC North. They're not giving no leeway up there.
These ain't your 80s Bears. This is a whole different thing.
Oh man,
it's saddening, but God, they don't belong. Yeah. Hell, I'll say the Cowboys don't belong before I say them. Jesus.
NBA Cup finished off last night with the Milwaukee Bucks taking home the cup. You got Giannis getting the MVP. This is Dame's first NBA trophy of any kind, which is wild. Doesn't that seem wild? I know he didn't get nothing for the Trailblazers and he hasn't done much for the Bucks, but he's done better with the Bucks. It's just more like, what are we doing?
I don't know. I got froze.
I can hear it. I don't know.
Oh yeah, back there. Yeah, because I got froze. Nice. But yeah, the Giannis and then went in. Okay. There wasn't a big successful turnout for this. And honestly, the NBA ratings have been going down and the conversation has been like this NBA Cup thing. Yes, congratulations to the Bucks. 500 G's to all y'all.
Yeah.
But is it exciting as last year?
Well, it's because you had your Lakers in there.
Yeah, because LeBron wasn't there.
We're on the West Coast, so more people on the West Coast teams in there.
But no one really cares.
So they're thinking that maybe changing the All-Star game format is going to make more of a draw. They're changing it up. It's going to be 4 teams. 3 of those teams will have 24 of the NBA All-Star selections that are picked, 8 players a team. The 4th team will be the Rising Stars team. Of those 3 teams, there's going to be a mini tournament. So 2 teams will play each for a semifinal, and then the winners will face each other for the championship. First to 40 points or first over 40 points. All-Star game was on February 16th, but you've got Team Charles, Team Shaq, Team Kenny will be for the NBA All-Stars that'll be drafting. Candace Parker is the GM for the Rising Stars team. The draft will be live on TNT on February 6th. So we'll see if any of that makes a difference, because we all know the All-Star game was getting boring.
Well, I want to see another WNBA element into that. I want to see another 3-point shooting contest between female players,
like a tag team one, even like put up, give them,
like
give
I'd
them
like
a couple.
to see, some of that kind of go on, and maybe NBA that versus just something to get us excited about.
Anything extra.
It's just a boring season right now because Steph Curry, sad to say, has ruined basketball, and I'm saying that in a way of the 3 game. He has broke the mold with being that guy.
That's all we doing.
But now that's what we doing. That's what they all doing. All of them want to shoot the 3 ball now. So to see people, I mean, for this cup game or even just the All-Star game last year, to be over 155 points because we're seeing everybody shooting 3s, it's just not exciting. It's not fun. To see these teams play with high triple digits, it's not fun.
And the fact that the dunk contest ain't even really a dunk contest.
Well, we need to see real superstars in the dunk contest, and we need to see some creative and innovation, and we need people to get their butts off their shoulders and literally step up and make it what it used to be.
But
we're not going to have this if it's not exciting. So I'm not. All-Star break is like, am I excited? You can change the rules all you want to. Is the 3 ball going to change in basketball? Do they need to set parameters and rules of who can take a 3? Like, I don't know, but it just got to get back into basketball as we know it.
We gotta get back.
I ain't excited this season. I ain't even paying attention to my fantasy league or nothing. All my players are getting hurt.
I already told you I've been in football mode.
And then you got this load management thing. And then you got, these older players that just don't want to leave. Chris Paul, like you just got people that is just, what are we doing? What are we doing?
I know one thing that the Suns ownership is doing. They're making shit affordable. Footprint Center for the Suns. They have a whole $2 value meal. Hot dogs, $2. Water, $2. Fountain soda, $2. Bag of chips, $2. Bag of popcorn, $2.
They got to. What did I just say? The viewership is down. So that means attendance must be down. They got to. All these teams make these $2 days, $2 Tuesday games, or whatever they want to do it. They have to.
Man, the amount of money I spend on popcorn and games here is ridiculous.
They need to, I'm sure. And I bet you those tickets ain't too bad either. And I feel like because of viewership being down, attendance is down, and they need that. They need people to show up. But I don't want to see KD just trying to shoot 3s all damn night. And I definitely don't want to see any of the other players trying to do that all night. I need physical contact, no flopping, none of this BS of all this other load management. I need to see real basketball again. And $2, if $2 gonna get them to the thing, that's fine.
It would get me in there. I would take $2 popcorn all day.
I bet you that's a flight we could catch. Go down there to a Phoenix Suns game.
That's easy.
At $2, it'd be easy and go.
Yes.
And I would be excited to that for the $2, but they need to draw a crowd. This basketball is not fun. It's just boring games. I'm sitting here watching like, what the heck?
Yeah, until they can announce these expansion teams, there's not much people are yearning for anymore.
They're not playing for the fans. David Stern at least knew that when we had this league, it was for the fans. It ain't for the players. And Silver, unfortunately, is on the other side of that saying, we're doing this for the players.
Yeah.
It ain't working. Yeah. They got to figure something out.
I know. Some WNBA news. So we're going to have the very first international game between the Storm and the Dream in Vancouver. We'll see if Joe Lloyd's there or not. We don't know because she did request a trade, but Seattle and Atlanta will be in Vancouver, Washington for the first quote unquote international game. It literally is like 2.5 hours from Seattle. So it's kind of hard to think of it as an international game, but it is Canada. So there we are, August 15th in BC. So that'll be interesting.
That's
you also got
because they're going to get an expansion team out there. So it introduces it, kind of get a sense of awareness.
Unrivaled, Cameron Brink will be joining Unrivaled, which is dope. That still leaves two spots are still available with Unrivaled because
she's recovered from her surgery and everything, and she's ready to go.
She's ready to go. She needs the playing. She needs to get back in there and get playing. Why not?
Yeah,
get her in there.
Yeah.
So there's that. And then also I think, and Dawn Staley and Juju Watkins, who's in college, mind you, both invested in Unrivaled. They had like a call for a $28 million investments. And it was Dawn Staley, Juju Watkins, Gino, head coach from UConn, as well as Alex Morgan from the women's soccer team.
Yeah.
They're all in it and investing.
That's good.
That's good.
Really
Hey,
good. That's great investment opportunity to have if you've got the means to do it. Why not?
it is.
And I love the women supporting women. Let's go.
So we already there's a big weekend. We got women's volleyball tomorrow. Oh, so what was it? Friday and Sunday for the national championships. You've got NFL Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. It's also the official start for the college football bracket.
Yeah.
The 12-team scenario, that's the first year happening this year. Games start on Friday. Indiana at Notre Dame, Friday. SMU at Penn State, which is supposed to be crazy weather, Saturday at 10 a.m. Clemson at Texas, Saturday at 1 o'clock, and Tennessee at Ohio, which apparently it's supposed to be a lot of Tennessee people going to Ohio State. So this should be interesting. Saturday at 5 p.m. And then we get into the next round of the playoff quarterfinals when we incorporate the Arizona States, the Oregons, the Boise States, Georgias, culminating for that final, which, when is it? I think I can't even see it. February. It's in January. It's not New Year's. I think it's
I'm trying to look it up on the
I think it's a few weeks into it. Because the playoff semifinals are in January. Like, it looks like 9th and 10th, maybe. So maybe it's the second week or third week of January. Anyway, it's the first time this is happening, so we're gonna see what it do.
Yeah, I mean,
it's gonna.
shout out to UNLV playing California right now.
And what's the score? Do you have
14-13 at the half.
Okay, good. I was watching that early
they're making it a game. And congratulations to the new coach. That's a great pickup that they got. The head coach for the UNLV football
from Georgia.
Yeah, we will see what that recruitment is going to start.
They've got guys already entering the transfer portal, which is normal. And the transfer portal is on fire. Everybody is trying to get the biggest check, the biggest payday. I don't think so much about winning as they want that money.
I mean, these are college kids now finally getting paid for their likeness.
I get it.
And all of that. And I get it. It's like a gold rush. You need to go where the money resides. You really do. But yeah, 14-13 is halftime right now. You can catch the game on ESPN. It is able to be watched. We got college men's b-ball. It's early, but we get into it. Next season I'll start getting, or next year.
Well, good. We'll be off to catch the second half here then shortly. Just a couple girl powers. We definitely talked about Asia. If you missed our Asian commentary, just watch the replay. Go to GirlChatSports YouTube channel. Hit the link for the show. You can watch it there. Follow us on all sports, on all social media. A couple other things. You have Caitlin Clark. Iowa ain't waste no time. They're retiring her jersey this year on February 2nd. I think the 22nd is a typo.
As they should.
Listen, she turned that place out. So February 2nd, they play USC, and she will join Megan Gustafson as well as Michelle Edwards as the only other two players from Iowa that have their jerseys retired.
And we didn't talk about this, but she was named Times Athlete of the Year. Was that a fair assessment from her?
I feel like it was a fair. I know people were saying it should be the whole league, and I understand that. But I feel like, she, as well as maybe a couple of individuals like Angel and whatsoever, brought eyes to the league. It wasn't just the league, because what the Mystics owner was saying about how it should be the league, I'm like, but nobody was watching the Mystics. No one cared to watch the Mystics.
No one was watching, period, point blank. This woman has elevated the level of watches of WNBA, despite of how it came about.
Right.
She has brought more network views.
She made you go into NBA arenas.
Switching venues. We would still be at Michelob Ultra if it wasn't for her. We go to T-Mobile and sell out at T-Mobile. So what she has brought to this, I can't be mad at it. I mean, despite the way it happened, yes, it feels very offensive to a certain degree.
And I did appreciate what she said and what she said afterwards too.
Let's call it what it is. But yes, at 1,000%. Ace's season tickets are sold out again. Not to mention, you're going to have Paige Buckers coming around next season. You're going to have amazing young people. It's ridiculous. This woman has put all eyes on a franchise that people were not taking serious. Number one. And number two, we're thinking about her caring.
How many commercials do you see with the WNBA players in now? They are everywhere.
And how many times are you seeing them now on shows? Being analysts, getting jobs, getting gigs, getting different. Stop playing with me right now. It is the Caitlin Clark effect, and she is Times Athlete of the Year, and I'm not mad at it. We've had Simone Biles. We've had the ones that are great. This influence of her is well deserved. I mean, I can't be mad at it. I just can't.
She makes the people get in there and watch. You got to have it. You can't. Last, he's been a girl power one before. You know, Serena's husband, Alex Ohanian. Listen, we already talked about, you know, he's already an investor in Angel at City FC. He's already an investor for the women's sports bars. He just made the largest donation to University of Virginia women's basketball team in the program, in their program, in the history of the program. University of Virginia women's basketball team is now able to elevate their recruiting, their retention, and have a championship talent because of just his donation. That's how big he is in supporting women. Like, this is the kind of guy.
To a GOAT of women athletes. He believes in women. You're not going to stand there and just marry the GOAT of all time and not believe in women. He believes in women, and he trusts.
And his guy is a girl dad. Like, that's part of what he's also.
But like, he believes in women. He believes
he's investing in women like nobody's business. It's wild.
You married one of the greatest tennis athlete stars of all time. I mean, you definitely are about women and have no problem of women being great.
Yeah.
So you doing great things, contributing and keeping that going, that energy going. I'm all for it. Not to mention Reddit is a great platform anyway. I kind of, excuse my language, I kind of mess with Reddit.
It's okay.
I gotta mess with Reddit. I like Reddit. Reddit's my new kind of go-to.
You're good. Last but not least, this is a very first. So over the past weekend, when they had some of the division, NCAA division volleyball tournaments, I'm sorry, women's basketball, these two women are the first ever to have a matchup between two Muslim players wearing the hijab.
I love it.
That's dope. I mean, that's how women basketball is affecting everyone, you know, and they're going to inspire other young girls that are Muslim that they can get out there and be playing just as much as anyone else. Ta-da.
Yep.
Hello.
Without fear of judgment. Let's go.
Anyway, that's our show, guys. We want to wish everybody a happy holiday.
No, you did not touch on.
What'd I do?
The Trinity Rodman interview. We talk about it into the new year.
No. We good. Let's talk about it because it just popped off today.
It landed today. We're on our show tonight, and I'm sure people are curious as to what our opinion is and what she said in that little excerpt, and that's just a blip of the relationship she has with her father. If you don't know who Trinity is, she's part of the U.S. women's team, national team.
Absolutely.
She's also a phenom in her own right, and she is the daughter of Dennis Rodman, one of his kids. And she spoke on a podcast of Daddy Knows, or is it Daddy Knows, or I Know Daddy, or something like that? I Know Daddy, I think it's called. About her relationship with her father and growing up with having someone like him as a father, and the distractions of his party lifestyle as opposed to him raising his children, and her effects of all of that.
Right.
Same type of thing that we hear when women,
which we would have already known and assumed, just because we were there for Dennis. We saw him and what he was going through most of his life.
By any of this revelation that she has. I think it's more so of just people getting her feelings about it. But you can't fault the man of who he is. It's Dennis Rodman. I know that their relationship is much better from what she's describing. He showed up at one of her biggest pivotal moments. She still acknowledges him, and she does tap in and talk to him. But the relationship of having a dad, she doesn't see him as a father. She said
it was his blood. His blood.
Yeah. His blood. Yeah. But
here's
the name. I mean,
here's what I'm kind of thinking.
With the Rodman name, so
I get, but that's her blood, you know, that is her name. And I'm sure part of that name has helped boost some of her visibility. Not to say that her play hasn't, because she's a phenomenal player. She is on the U.S. women's national team. However, I think that because now that she's shown what great she is, I feel like she's using this time to be like, listen, I'm Trinity Rodman. I'm not Dennis's daughter.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because I feel like even us, I think we even have been on the show and said, "Oh, look at Dennis Rodman's daughter. She's playing for the U.S. You know that she's doing great. Dennis Rodman's daughter scored a goal." Like, no, it's Trinity. Trinity's the player. She's doing these great things.
But make no mistake, his genetic coding is why she is the.
Oh, come on, absolutely. Like,
but I'm just saying that we don't want to identify her as that, and I never have. It was just coincidentally, she is the daughter of Dennis Rodman. And she has to know that her genetic coding is his attribute. And she must further know the man that he is. It's like, yeah, my dad's a loose. The man had a bridal dress on to release his book. I mean, this is the guy. This is your.
He's got like 600 nose piercings.
This is who you come from. I mean, my goodness. I mean, I'm not expecting him to be. I would have been more shocked if he was the father knows best daddy on duty.
That part.
It seemed like what his life.
Or more shocked if he was the one dropping you off at school every day.
Exactly. I would be more surprised at that. None of this is coming as a shock to me. I mean, this is the man we've all seen who he is, but let's not take away and negate the fact that man is all time in his basketball career. And not to mention, she is a phenom on her own right, and she needs to stand on that. And if it's not about her dad and she has to say these things, then therapy is necessary always. And hopefully she can rise above that. It doesn't have to be an identifiable thing. I feel like that just came to light more so because of, this interview. But no one was talking about it. I mean, I was talking about Trinity just because she was Trinity, like she's dope.
Right. Well, she put it out there now, so
she sure did. So now, guess what? We talking about it. I just had to touch on that because
I appreciate that. I had seen it, but it was also like it like literally just popped off today, so I hadn't even had a chance to really even look into it more. But I saw it, was kind of like,
I got to check out the full podcast because, like I said, this is just an excerpt, and that's what they're going off of, the clickbait of just that part of it. But from what I understand, her relationship with her dad is not as.
Shout out to Carice too. She's like, she needs to watch it too. Everybody needs to get into the tea of what's happening. But there's it'll be interesting.
It will be. I'm just curious as to more that she has to say about that. But can you be surprised? I mean, the guy is.
You can't be like again. Where he was flying to Vegas instead of playing games when he was. I mean.
I remember at the beach nightclub, that guy was there and he was giving out money to everybody that was there.
Ooh,
and
the beach nightclub.
Made the bar
Why can't Vegas have nice things like that again, or
Luke,
not so nice things
again like
that?
This is your father, okay? This is the man he is. So I mean, I wouldn't expect more.
And she knows that. I mean, there's not like
thank goodness she is in a stable life, as I see it, stable, able to channel her energy into sports. Be phenomenal at it, be great at it,
and excel at it. Business, like make Rodman a soccer name now. Let's go. Like that's I wouldn't mind.
Like, I'm invested in her. Like I'm all about it. And the girl power with her is within her. And I think she's gonna be amazing.
It'll be great
as we see her grow. So.
Oh man.
That's it. That's all I had. I just wanted to touch on that.
Just to remind you guys, we want to also thank again Fran Flory, who was our guest earlier. If you're just tapping in, she is now the GM for the Vegas Thrill, which is the professional women's volleyball team that plays here at the Lee's Family Forum. Their first game is going to be January 10th here in Las Vegas. Make sure you can go to our subscribe to our YouTube channel at GirlChatSports, GirlChatSports on our YouTube channel. Subscribe, watch the replay here on Facebook if you're just catching up. Make sure to get out there and get ready.
We're back on the game too. It's time for the game with my cracked iPad.
And it's time to go cheer on these UNLV Rebels as they're in. What is the LA? What is the LA Bowl? LA.
What are they calling this? The Art of Sports LA. The Art of Sports LA Bowl.
Art of Sports.
The Art of Sports of LA Bar. I mean, the Art of Sports LA Bowl.
Okay. All right. We'll see how that goes.
But we wish you guys all a safe, happy holiday, a blessed new year. We will catch you in the new year.
We will catch you in 2025. No show next week. Everybody be safe. Enjoy your holidays with any family, friends, loved ones, or by yourself if that's what you choose. Like, do you? Self-care is the best care. Enjoy your holidays.
All of that.
We're gonna catch up with you soon in the 2025. Let's see what's on this bingo card for the last week of 2024.
I know, and we have to talk about the intro of the 2025 too, as well.
We gotta see how that goes.
See how this goes.
Anyways, y'all, we appreciate you. We'll check in with you in a couple weeks. Bye.